Hi, how you doing? This is Meltazeus 63285, and this is Meet You Inside Gamers. Hey, I just wanted to let everybody know, I do have a podcast out. It's called Meet You Inside Gamers, and if you listen to that, you want to listen to that, it gives a little more detail about games I actually talk about and situations going on in the gaming world. So, speaking on that, you can get that on Google's podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Castbox, or you can even get it on Breakers. So check that out. And you also enjoy a segment that I call Morning Coffee, which just talks about news that we don't hear every day that kind of wakes you up. Now, let's get on this. I'm going to start a new thing here today, and it's going to be called Everyday Things. So if you don't listen to my podcast and get a chance to listen to my Morning Coffee segment, we will have an Everyday Things segment on DWSR Meet You Inside Gamers. And here we go with the first one. Listen, I was wondering, most gamers, I think we like to snack. We like to eat while we game. And oftentimes we want quick food. I don't know of too many gamers who actually get up and cook a meal and then sit down and eat. Most of us are either ordering out or we have some quick snacks that sit by the side. So, one of the quick snacks I like are either French fries or some sort of dip and chips. But everybody has their thing. But when you go to get food today, it's not what it used to be, especially if you're dealing with fast food. I know there's a lot going on, but lately, and this has actually been happening probably for the last 6 years in my opinion, when you go to a fast food restaurant and order your food, you expect to get your food fast. However, has anyone noticed that now almost every restaurant you go to that's fast food, you're told to park up front in that parking space there and wait, we'll bring your food out to you as soon as it's ready. So now we go up and we park. I've done this, you've done this. We park in the parking spot and we wait. And inevitably, after about 15 minutes, you're concerned whether they've forgotten about you, whether your food is even going to come. Then you go to this thing where you say, okay, well, I'm going to wait a few more minutes. Now 20 minutes has passed. And for some of us, we're considering actually going inside. But you haven't yet. Because you don't want to be challenged at the door or given a hard time because they don't want anybody coming in that much with the COVID. But still, you're considering challenging the issue because you're wondering if they've forgotten about you. Now 30 minutes passes and you're somewhat upset. You're sitting in your car with your arms folded. And right when you think I'm about to get out of the car and go in there and let them have a piece of my mind, someone shows up with your food. Now you're checking your food thoroughly to make sure you got everything. So what came to a process of paying for of maybe about a 10-minute wait and paying for your food took almost 40 minutes to get out of there for fast food. Now, I'm not going to call out any names of any different fast food restaurants. And I wouldn't even say extreme. Apparently this happens every day. I know it seems to happen every day time I go there, and I imagine there's somebody every day who's at a fast food restaurant sitting in their car wondering, did they forget about me? It's curious that we call this fast food, and I could probably get food from an actual grocery store and be out in less time. Maybe we need to revisit that. Just something to think about that we do every day. And that's how my segment on Everyday Things go. Things that we don't address, but they happen every day. So let's get started with the show. I got a big show for you today, and guess what? We're going to talk about, one, I'm thinking about buying maybe, a PC for PC gaming. I was thinking about a Skytech. They're cheap, the pricing is not bad. I think it's pretty cool. And it may be something that's an alternative to getting one of these consoles. I feel like I've been waiting forever for the Xbox Series X to come out so I can buy it, or the PS5. I'm just going to be broke by the time they get here. Either you're waiting for the system to come out, or there's just none you can pre-order anywhere. I don't know about you, but I haven't been able to even get a pre-order in on the Xbox X Series or PS5. It's kind of frustrating at this point. However, I am. I'm not losing confidence, but I am looking at PC gaming a little harder. Which brings me to a great thing I wanted to talk about Xbox and their Game Pass. I've been noticing a lot of their Game Pass games are coming out, and they're just good. If you haven't really taken full advantage of your Game Pass, I would. And if you don't have it, I would get it. Because Game Pass is a great way to save money, and the games they put out are pretty good. Now, I'm not trying to put a plug in for Xbox. I'm just telling you my experience. For all you gamers out there who think that might be a thing, I would tell you to do that. So, back to my computer. I've been looking at different types of PC computers and which ones I want. I think I've said this in a previous show that I've looked at Skytech and what's cheaper. $649 seems to be my price. I do want at least, a monitor that's over 24 inches. And I was kind of looking at the curvature monitors. But most of all, I want to know what kind of games I want to play. So, in looking at the games, I'm not as excited as I thought I would be. I don't know if consoles have just beat them out, but gaming computers have been out a while. It's just some of the games that are big on the computer, they don't swing with me. So I'm still going to do it because I think, there's a lot to be offered in computer gaming. I know a lot of people who do that. And because my computer is not strong enough, I can't really participate with them. And I'd love to participate with them. However, I am going to get a new gaming PC. And as soon as I get it, I'm going to try and show it off. So let you guys see what I got and see what I got for my money. Now, that being the case, we know about all the things with the next gen systems. However, I want to know about the games. Outside of Call of Duty Black Ops, I haven't been impressed with a lot of games that are coming out. I want to see a lot more sequels. I want to, and I'm not just talking about things like Titanfall 3. There's a lot of games out there that I'd love to see another sequel for that they're just not producing out. And if they are, you just don't hear about them. There's a lot of gaming developers out there. I want to see some new games coming out. This is what's going to get me excited. Everybody can have the next gen system, but if we don't have next gen games to match up, well, this is going to be concerning. Every time you see something, they show you a few games, but these things won't be out for 2 years from now. I want stuff right now that I can play. And I feel like our technology, as far as to play the game, is now beating out our development of games. There's a lot of games out there. I'm tired of seeing movies. How many people are tired of seeing another game that's based off a movie? I don't want to see another Avengers game or anything like that. And speaking of that, there's an Avengers game that came out. Everybody was pretty excited about. However, it doesn't seem to be doing well. We need to use our imaginations just a little bit more and stop just going, for first-person shooter. I want to see some more story games. I want to see some more Mass Effects. I know they've been doing a lot of Destiny, but I just want to see some more games that are just competitively fun, where you can get involved into it and just have a good time. Game Pass does offer a lot, but I think they can do better at this. Let's not let our technology beat us out. I remember back when the cell phones started, the cell phones were oftentimes much greater than what we needed, and the apps on them didn't even complement them. Or at the time when we had computers where monitors could push out great graphics, but the computer itself could not push out the number to give us the type of graphics we wanted. So, or the opposite. Let's try and get things caught up. In the meantime, like everybody else, I'm still waiting to buy my console, still waiting to buy my computer. But most of all, I feel like I'm still waiting for that next great game. That next great game that's not just like the rest. I want something that's going to get everybody excited right now that's not the same thing that we've already been doing. I see racing games is coming up, but I'm not sure what that's going to bring us. Nevertheless, this is Melted Zeus 63285, still waiting, and with Meet You Inside Gamers. Keep in mind, like I said, if you listen to my podcast, you can catch that on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And on the channel here, if you have any questions about things you want me to talk about, things you're interested in, or just information you want to share with me, please do. Make sure you share and hit the like button on this and get this thing out to your friends, if you can. This way we can all share information. And if you bring some to me, I'll talk about it, see if it's something I'm interested in too. I like gaming. Most people like gaming. And what I'm going to say is, everybody keep on gaming. Like I said, this is Melted Zeus 63285, and this is Meet You Inside Gamers.